when I was going through, like when I look back where I was last year at this time to this Thanksgiving, it's, I just can't thank God enough. Like so many times, I was telling Pastor Rick when I came here little early, he asked me to come little early and to test the mic and how it goes because you're not used to that. So I thought I'll come and, so I told him when on November 7th, Pastor Rick actually, he's initiated the Thanksgiving sermon and Thanksgiving series, he talked about the book of Habakkuk and 3:17. That really, really stuck in me. Because Prophet Habakkuk says, God, though the fig trees don't blossom, though there's nothing in the pens, there are no sheep, nothing, no grapes on the vineyards, nothing seems to be going good, yet I praise you. So, that was something, how it is very easy to give thanks to God when everything is going good. God, you gave me the car. God, you gave me this new job. God, you gave us this new home, these new clothes, or, different. It was so easy to be thankful when everything is going right. But it is very difficult to thank God when things don't go right. They're not so good through the valley moments of our lives. So that's what I've been going through, and my family, much more than everybody, they were there, and this church family, I can't thank enough our church, Pastor Rick, Wendy. They've been constant touch with Sophia. I'm down, and she is much more down because as a person who knows everything that's going on, I was in a bed stuck without able to move anything of my limbs, nothing. I was completely paralyzed. I lost my voice. That devastating. And I thank you, and you've been uplifting me in your prayers. I just can't thank enough. God, the power of prayer. I am living, walking miracle, and for the goodness of God. That's what I am. I just can't. So I'd like to just see what happened through my life in a span of last year. So actually just made a short video. I'd like, so the church.
So this video is about my dad, who recently recovered from Guillain-Barré syndrome, also known as GBS. GBS is an autoimmune condition in which your immune system attacks your nerves. And it's usually triggered by some type of viral or even bacterial infection. So my dad actually was sick with COVID back in August, and he actually had COVID pneumonia, and he fully recovered. And about a week later, he started noticing weakness and tingling in his hands and feet. He was rushed to the ER on September 4th, and he was diagnosed on September 5th. While in the ICU, he received blood transfusions. He was put on ventilation and also had a feeding tube during this time. He was in the ICU for 16 days, and then he was transported to another hospital once he was stable. So my dad was actually completely paralyzed from his neck down. He couldn't move, talk, breathe, or anything like that on his own. During this time, he was also battling a few severe infections, such as pneumonia.
Good job. Good. Slowly, slowly. You got that. You got that. Yeah. Good. Good. That's enough. That's enough for today. That's enough. Good job. Good job. Then do all those ooh, do ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Blow, blow, blow. I want you to blow.
The last one. Now.
And then come back to your side.
Yep. Elbow her in the gut.
There you go.
Good.
I can take it.
She can.
I like how you agree so easily. Okay, push it back.
And back.
Push. Come on. Good job.
Now you have to
I'm gonna help
engage.
out a little bit.
You have to engage front and back when you do that.
Ooh, oh my legs.
Whew. Clear and fix.
Very good. Very good. Say hi. Very good. Still feels like you can't breathe though, huh?
First taste of vanilla pudding in forever. Well, tell her how you like it. You want another one?
Let's see. Yummy.
So good.
So good.
No, we'll see. So try to suck out. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Excellent. You think it's going down correctly? Good. You didn't have to struggle. Okay. All right. Excellent. Wow. Okay, just one more sip. All right. You know.
The big girl and the small girl. I love you, both of you. I'll be home soon. And big girl, I'll see you tomorrow probably. You will be escorting me to the other facility, settling me down there. And then let's see from there where God takes us. All right? See you tomorrow. Bye. Love you.
So after about a month and a half and about 2 months of ventilator weaning, he was finally strong enough to be moved to a rehabilitation hospital where they really focused on just getting him stronger, doing a lot of physical therapy as well as occupational therapy.
You're gonna stay up in the chair for a little while, right? I'll just take this right off.
I think I'll figure out one more here.
And we still have about 10 minutes. Not gonna let you go that easy. We don't have to leave though. We can stay in here because your wife is here. Thanks, Ash.
This is how far it goes, because this is the only thing I don't like about this one. It's only goes so high.
1, 2, 3. Oh, I gotta stand up now. We're good. 1, 2, 3.
There you go. A little bit lower of a chair. Oh, get all the way up.
stand up tall. Up tall, squeeze your butt. There we go. Yeah, Andre, I might need a little bit of your help. Okay. You okay? All right, right leg. One step, come on. Good. There we go. Straighten it out. Left leg. Now go back up. Go, go. 2, push. Good. Back up. Oh, come on, come on. 3, push. Push down, good. Now back up. Ooh, come on. 4, push, push. Oh. And up. 5, come on, there you go, push. Good, and up. 6, push, push. And up. 7, push. And up. 8, good, push. And up. 9, there you go, push.
Look at you.
I can manage.
Good job.
Hey, good job.
So after all that time of being away at hospitals, he was finally released and he was home. While at home, he continued his therapies. He did both occupational as well as physical therapy from home. The therapist would come to our house about 2 to 4 times a week, and they did that for about 2 months. During that time, I would say they really focused on just getting him back to his normal self, really trying to get him back to being just independent and being able to do things on his own. So they worked on his walking, his balance, as well as his dexterity.
Don't lift me. Okay.
So at the end of January, my dad continued therapy. He just did outpatient therapy. And to this day, he still goes to therapy anywhere from 1 to 2 times a week.
Our God is Jehovah Rapha, the God who heals. So the doctors do the procedures, doctors give medicines, but it is God who heals. And He healed me, and I cannot thank God enough for what He has done in my life, bringing me back to my family, to my wife and children before Christmas. Probably that's the greatest gift my family got from God, that I came back to them before Christmas. I can't thank God enough for that. And yes, I'm back to work, able to walk, able to do all my things, though I'm not fully back as I was before, but I know, I'm sure, God is going to restore my full health, and I'll be back as I was before, maybe even stronger. So, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for what you have done in my life. And, yeah. So, He's the God who heals. You know, like, I just want to go through all this thing that was going through me. That was me, and here I am today, able to stand and talk, and, you know, like, the time. So when I just want to just say a couple of things, how actually God has been so faithful, even when I'm not faithful, even when we are not faithful. You know, like on 4th, actually, like, I had COVID last year, August, and went to hospital, came back. 2 days I was in hospital, came back, I did not feel anything, but I was staying separate from everybody else still because, I just got this thing. And having roots in India, you know, like, our parents push us for academic excellence, which is generally, I mean, not many parents push in America, that's, you know, but in India, the parents really push us to become academically, very successful. They put that foundation. And brought up in that culture, and also with my, competitive nature in general. I play a lot of sports, especially anything with a racket, like tennis, racquetball, and badminton. So even at this age, I don't want to lose. I was remembering Pastor Rick was telling that I used to fight with my brother who is 10 years older, and then I still want to somehow, same spirit. I don't want to lose, even now at all this. So it's maybe the competitive spirit, it can be that pride that we don't know that it comes sometimes. So, like when you're a little bit successful in life, that pride is inbuilt in the, you don't even realize that. I don't even, sometimes, with all this on September 4th, I came back, everything was okay. I was feeling slight tingling in my body. I said, we called the doctor. Doctor said, you just came back from COVID, the tingling, I don't know what it is. Go to emergency. My wife was also working from home, both of us working from home. I said, okay, doctor told me I had to go to emergency because of whatever I'm feeling in my body. Why don't you come and take me? And she said, yeah, I'm in a meeting, I'll take you right after. And she went out the meeting, she started the car, okay, you come from the basement, I'm waiting for you in the car. Because the previous experience for me in St. Anne's Hospital, because last year, that August, September was the peak COVID. You don't get a bed, you don't get a room, you have to really wait in the hospital for a long time. Having known that just in the month of August, I thought, man, it's going to, at least I'll play with my phone, let me take my charging cable. So I bent like this to pick my cable, my knees gave away, I fell down. So she was waiting for me in the car, and she's waiting, what the heck is happening to this guy? He's not coming up. Then she comes down, I was flat on the ground. What happened? She came rushing and asking me what happened. I don't know, I'm unable to get up. Just in front of my eyes, I start one by one systems shutting down, just in a span of 48 hours. So she helped me to get up, and I could still walk a little bit with her help. Somehow we went to the hospital. I was in the hospital waiting for the emergency, because nobody is allowed to come inside because of the COVID situation. What all she could do is drop me at the gate and go. So I was in the wheelchair. I was waiting. I waited for 8 hours before I got a room in the 8 hours. So I thought 8 hours, okay, let me go to the restroom. I thought I'll still get up. I could not get up from the wheelchair. I could not stand. So I pushed. For the first time, I realized how we take things for granted. We see people in the wheelchair, we see this thing. We, at least, we, like when we are born normal, when we walk normal and all these things, we don't even realize that how we take things for granted. So it was an experience. For the first time, it made me, yeah, I'm a born-again Christian. It's not that I do not know the Lord. I do know the Lord. But yet, when I was pushing my wheelchair to go to the restroom, it just like a slap in my, how I took things for granted. I have to be thankful. God, I could just stand. I could walk. That itself, I had to be thankful. Till it hit me, that moment, I could not even, then I was in hospital, they did a couple of MRIs, couple of these things. Ultimately, they said this is something called GBS, Guillain-Barré syndrome, some kind of a Swedish word it is. Yeah. So that's what it is. So it seems, and that's the time my whole system started shutting down, and my breathing going off. I could not breathe anymore. They put me on ventilator. They had to do something like a plasma transplantation, my whole body. They put 3 holes here and 3 holes here. Now they're all gone. By God's grace, I still have my ventilator hole. It didn't go away. It's a reminder to me that it tells that what I have been through, which probably I'll carry for my life, that mark. But 5 times they had. But in all these things, because my brother is a doctor, he said, yeah, they will do transfusion. After that, you'll be all right, kind of. I did not realize, when he said like that, okay, this is something medicine going in, once it is out, I'm just getting up and walking normal, I'll just walk out. That was in my mind. I was not at all realizing what is happening with my body. But looks like, we used to, kind of, in those days last year, if you go on ventilator, there is less than 50% chance you will recover. So the thing is, the main thing doctors were focusing is whether actually they can stop you from going to ventilator. So, but it's already on ventilator. So that itself, 50% of my survival chance is already struck off. So only less 50%, within the 50% I had to work. So in all this, but my mind was very active and working. On September 4th, I also want to tell, my son was away and my daughter was taking her MCATS exam. She prepared all the way so much, and then she said, Mom, because I was in basement, she told, Mom, I'll go and pray. I want to settle down my mind. So she doesn't even know that I was admitted to hospital. So she took me, came back, she took her to the MCATs, and by God's grace, she did great in the MCATs exam. She wants to become a doctor, but she's here. But that she doesn't even know. God has his mysterious ways of protecting our children and protecting things. I still, she didn't even know that I went there. And then, I was fighting all these things. Then my BP was going, it hits as high as 200, 210, and it falls as low as 38. So 2 or 3 times my BP went below 40. They thought they lost me. I remember still, I was still in, semi-conscious state, but one day I remember it went to 38. So all the nurses and doctors were really running. They thought that's the day they definitely lost me because it went so low. They're unable to control because my mind was not allowing them to control, because the power of mind, the body is not moving, the power of mind is so huge, it is, all my internal systems are going haywire because of I'm not cooperating with the doctors. That's the time, and after this thing, then I thought, the song, Holy Spirit has his ways. Today too of the song. That's the time I realized I'm not going to make it. I said, till this time I was thinking, I was believing in myself because I'm a very fit person, I play well, and I keep my body well. I'm a very, very physically strong person with a lot of stamina because I can continuously play for 2.5 hours without literally taking a break. My son played for high school tennis. I still kind of, Thomas Worthington invent, I play very, very competitive with him. I don't want to lose, though he's much younger to me. That's what I'm saying, I'm like that. So I was still believing in my ability to fight and come out. But that's the time when I was everything going, and I said, God, I cannot fight this battle. You said, battle belongs to you. Because that song came today. I didn't tell Wendy to pick the song. So after that day, my prayer became only a single line. You told battle belongs to you. I cannot fight this battle. So you fight my battle. I give it to you. Single line prayer. This is your slot. I'm no more capable of fighting. Please fight for me. Please fight for me. And, God, in his mysterious ways, he brought me out. And then I was becoming better. So every day I used to pray. I surrendered, God. I give my sorrows. I give my pain. I give my everything to you. And I'm taking the peace you said, peace that transcends all understanding. I'm taking that peace from you. Give me the peace. I cannot move. I cannot still move my hands. I cannot move. I cannot talk because I lost my voice. Because you heard that. They actually did a speech therapy for me because I lost my voice. So they had to tell again the sounds and the vowel sounds and everything. They had to bring me back my voice. I've been trained like a 1-year-old, 2-year-old just starts learning the words. I had to be taught again all the words. And when I came back, but I said battle, God, in all this, I don't know. This is an experience. I still want to know what it is. I don't know. I cannot explain. Whether it is my hallucination, whether it is my dream, I really do not know. I mean, honestly, in that, I thought I died. Honestly, I'm telling, because that's what I'm telling, because there's so much drugs, and it was my hallucination, my dream. I still cannot explain. I was telling God, I'm not ready. There's a 2 minutes, I still remember the time. 2 minutes, I thought I'm dead. I mean, it's maybe in my dream, in my hallucination, I still do not know. But it was so bright white. And then I was telling God, I'm not ready. I really don't know if any one of us can ever say to God, God, if you come now, I am ready. I still do not know when He wants to call us. I want to tell that, we want to be ready. But, I was saying, God, I got a lot of things. I just cannot come. I had to give my daughter's hand in the parish. I didn't do that yet. I had to do that dance, that father-daughter dance. I'm not ready, God. I was pleading. I don't know. I heard just one word. It's so clear. Live. That's the word I heard. Live. Nothing else. Live. I still don't know whether it is my imagination, my dream, my this thing. But I heard that single word, live. But after that, definitely my whole thing improved. And, then as I was becoming, I know now I was becoming better. 63 days on ventilation. 63 days. It's kind of one of the few people who made it out of the ventilator after being on the ventilator so long. Typically, if you cross 15 days, they give up. It's not that you're not going to make it, most likely. After 15 days on ventilator, most likely very, very low chances of making it out of the ventilator. So 63 days and I came out. So as I know I was getting better, I started praying, God, take me home. Take me home. So that reminds me again from one more message from that. You were praying for Doug, and Doug said, no, I don't want to be there by the side. He said that. And that was made me, laugh, because I was making something similar. God, take me home. God, take me home. God, take me home. Then, man, what God thinks, take me home. Okay, son, you're home. Come, enjoy with me. No. God, I don't want to be with you right now. God, take me to 1044 Isle Court, Westerville. I truly started praying like that, because for 1 week I prayed, God, take me home, God, take me home. I don't know what happened. So I mean it. Suddenly, what if God takes me home? Son, you're here. You wanted to come home, and here you are. After I changed my prayer, God, take me to 1044 Isle Court, Westerville. And, as on December 11th, actually, I went back home. And here I am. And I went through a lot. I'm still not fully, I may look normal, but my legs are still weak. I'm still getting there. It seems 2-year process before I can become completely normal. But, so in all the thing, one of my friends used to tell later on, Sudhakar, God is not done with you. The second song I love is the Hope Does song. That's what it's saying. He knows the ending before the beginning. He knows that. And he says, my story is still unfolding. And all of our stories are still unfolding. God is not done with any one of us. God is not done with any one of us. So that's the most wonderful, amazing thing. In all this, I was a Christian. I was a Christian. I'm a born-again Christian. But I was staying in those shallow waters. Yeah, I'm glad. God wants us to take that deeper faith walk, to trust Him, to take those steps. No, son, I don't want you to be in those shallow waters. I want you to come to the deeper waters, trusting me. Don't think, So that's what it is. So it's God. I just cannot thank God enough, and I cannot thank every one of you. Every one of you. You've been so faithful. You've been so prayerful. It is the power of prayer. I cannot say I am a living witness for the power of prayer. When people prayed, lifted it up. That's how it is. And thank you, Watermark Church. Thank you so much. God bless.